The Galactic Council chamber was larger than a city. Thousands of alien leaders sat in wide circles, their voices echoing through the endless hall. This place decided the fate of stars, wars, and entire species. On this day, the topic was Earth. Humans were new to the galaxy. They came from a small yellow star system, from a harsh world filled with storms, predators, and endless conflict. Many in the Council called Earth a death world. To them, humans should not have survived at all. A glowing screen appeared in the center of the chamber. The message from Earth began. No threats, no loud words, just a calm human voice. This is a message from Earth. We ask the Galactic Council to stay away from our territory. Do not send fleets. Do not test us. We are holding back. For a moment, the chamber was silent. Then laughter filled the hall. Some aliens hissed with amusement. Others tapped their claws or waved glowing limbs in mockery. A young Empire's representative stood and spoke loudly. Humans dare to warn us, he said. They have barely left their own system. Their ships are slow. Their weapons are crude. Another voice joined in. If they are holding back, then they must have something to hide. Weakness, perhaps. More laughter followed. But not everyone was amused. At the far edge of the chamber sat Elder Karun, one of the oldest beings in the Council. His species had lived through the rise and fall of many empires. His eyes stayed fixed on the screen, unblinking. This message is wrong, Karun said quietly. Few listened. The Council speaker turned toward him. Wrong how, Elder? Karun slowly rose. His voice was calm but heavy. Strong species boast, weak species beg, he said. Only dangerous ones warn. The chamber grew quieter, but pride was stronger than caution. The Council speaker replied, Humans have no great fleets, no ancient weapons. Our scans show nothing special. Karun shook his head. Scans only show what is allowed to be seen. Before the debate could continue, a second message arrived. Again, the same human voice. This is Earth. We will not expand. We will not threaten. But if you cross our borders, we will respond. We are holding back for your sake. This time the laughter was louder. A powerful war empire slammed its armored fist onto the table. Enough, its commander growled. We will send a fleet. We will show the galaxy what humans really are. The Council voted. Most hands, claws, and glowing symbols rose in agreement. The decision was made. A combined alien fleet would travel toward human space. It would not be an invasion, they said. It would be a demonstration, a show of power, a lesson. Earth sent no reply. Days passed, then weeks. The alien fleet moved through the stars like a storm. Thousands of ships, weapons armed, crews eager. Human space remained quiet. No defense lines, no warnings, no movement. The galaxy began to speak. Humans are afraid. They were bluffing. They are hiding. Even some council members began to relax. But Elder Karun could not. As the fleet crossed the edge of human territory, something felt wrong. There were no mines, no patrols, no panic signals. It was too clean. Karun requested long-range scans again. Still nothing. That scared him more. Then a final message came from Earth. It was broadcast to the entire galaxy. You have crossed our border. This is your last warning. Turn back. We are holding back. The fleet commander laughed and gave the order to advance. The alien ships pushed forward, and Earth went silent. No human ships appeared. No weapons fired. No words were spoken. Far above Earth, hidden systems began to wake up. Deep beneath the planet's surface, ancient locks disengaged. Humanity did not move. Not yet. The alien fleet moved deeper into human space without resistance. Thousands of ships advanced in perfect formation, their engines glowing like a river of fire across the dark stars. To the commanders, it felt too easy. There were no warning shots, no human patrols, not even a signal. This is proof, one officer said. Humans are afraid. The fleet commander agreed. He stood tall on the bridge of his flagship, watching the stars stretch as they moved forward. They talked about holding back, he said. But there is nothing to hold. The first human colony appeared on their sensors. It was small, peaceful. Rings of habitats floated calmly around a blue-white planet. No weapons platforms were visible. No defense fleet guarded it. The order was given. A single volley struck the outer stations. Explosions lit the darkness. Metal and light scattered into space. The colony's lights went out one by one. Cheers echoed through the alien fleet. They fall like dust, someone said. The attack spread quickly. More colonies were targeted. Communication relays were destroyed. Mining worlds were disabled. Everywhere the aliens struck, human forces retreated or vanished. The galaxy watched in shock. Humans were not fighting. News streams filled with mockery. Earth is weak. The warning was empty. The Death Worlders are running. But not everyone believed it. On one destroyed colony, alien sensors noticed something strange. Escape ships were leaving in perfect lines. Not rushed, not panicked. Every ship launched at the right time, carrying civilians safely away. No distress signals? An officer asked. The commander frowned. They surrendered before we arrived. The fleet pushed forward. Then Elder Karun's voice reached the flagship through a private channel. This is wrong, the elder said. You are not winning. You are being allowed. The commander laughed. You worry too much, old one. Look around. Their worlds burn. Karun replied calmly. They burn only after their people leave. Humans do not abandon lives without reason. The commander cut the channel. The fleet continued toward Earth. Closer now. Closer than any alien force had ever been. As they advanced, something else happened. Human ships began to appear, but only briefly. Small, fast vessels jumped into view, scanned the fleet, then vanished again. They did not attack, they did not defend. They only watched. Scouts, an officer said. No, another replied. Observers. The fleet commander ignored them. Then the next message came. It was short. It was calm. It came from Earth. This is Earth. We see your fleet. You have destroyed our outer colonies. We did not stop you. This was your choice. Some officers shifted uneasily. The commander clenched his jaw. They are trying to scare us. The message continued. We have evacuated our people. We have removed all non-combatants. What remains ahead of you is not for them. Turn back now. For the first time, the bridge was silent. One officer whispered, Why would they let us destroy their worlds? The commander slammed his claw onto the console. Because they are weak. He ordered the fleet to accelerate. The ships jumped forward again. As they crossed another invisible line in space, alarms began to sound. Not weapons alarms, energy readings. Strange readings. Gravity shifted. Sensors struggled to focus. Navigation systems flickered, then stabilized. It's nothing, the commander said quickly. Solar interference. But Elder Karun, watching from far away, closed his eyes. They warned us, he whispered. Behind the alien fleet, space folded. Human ships appeared in silence. Larger than before, darker. Without markings, without signals. They did not open fire. They simply waited. The alien fleet moved forward unaware. The trap was closing, and Earth did not speak again. The alien fleet crossed deeper into the solar system. Stars dimmed. Not suddenly, not violently. They dimmed as if space itself was taking a breath. On the flagship bridge, officers frowned at their screens. Energy levels are changing, one said. Local gravity readings are unstable. The fleet commander stepped closer. Explain. The officer hesitated. I can't. The numbers don't make sense. Then the first ship drifted off course. Its engines burned bright, but it moved sideways, pulled by an unseen force. Another ship corrected to avoid it, then another. The formation began to break. Stabilize, the commander ordered. Before anyone could respond, every alarm on the bridge screamed at once. Gravity spiked. Then fell. Then twisted. Alien ships slammed into each other as if grabbed by invisible hands. Hulls cracked. Engines failed. Crews were thrown against walls. This is an attack, an officer shouted. But there are no weapons firing, another replied in panic. The commander scanned the space ahead. That was when he saw them. Human ships. They were everywhere. Not in front of the fleet, but around it. Above, below, behind. Dark shapes hung in space, massive and silent. No engine glow, no signals. They did not move, yet they controlled everything. How did they get there? The commander whispered. No one answered. Then one human ship moved. A beam reached out, not of light, but of pressure. An entire alien cruiser folded inward. There was no explosion, no fire. The ship simply disappeared. Silence filled the bridge. Then another ship vanished, and another. Panic erupted across the fleet. Return fire. Target locked, no lost. Shields are useless. Weapons struck empty space. Missiles curved away as gravity bent around them. The human ships remained untouched. A message appeared on every screen. Earth. The same calm human voice spoke. This is Earth. We warned you. You mistook restraint for weakness. We are no longer holding back. Some alien captains ordered retreat. Too late. Space itself obeyed humanity now. Gravity wells opened and closed at human command. Entire battle groups were pulled apart, crushed or flung into deep space. Alien weapons could not lock on. Their sensors showed false images. Time delays appeared where none should exist. This is impossible, an officer whispered. The fleet commander sank into his seat. They lied, he said. They said they were holding back. No, another replied in terror. They told the truth. Across the fleet, captains begged for mercy. Others tried to flee. Human ships did not chase. They waited. Those who ran were allowed to go until they crossed invisible lines. Then their engines failed. Their ships drifted powerless. The human voice spoke again. We will not destroy civilians. We will not burn worlds. We will remove your ability to harm us. This ends now. A final weapon activated. Not aimed at ships, aimed at space. The stars twisted. A massive section of the alien fleet went dark. Power systems shut down at once. Thousands of ships became silent metal shells, floating helplessly. No death, no fire, just defeat. From the distant Galactic Council, Elder Karun watched the feeds with horror and awe. This is why they warned us, he said softly. They feared becoming this. The surviving alien ships drifted, broken and afraid. Earth did not celebrate. Earth did not threaten. The human fleet began to withdraw, vanishing as quietly as it had arrived. Before leaving, one final message was sent to the galaxy. Remember this moment. We chose restraint. You chose to test it. Space returned to normal. The stars brightened again, but the galaxy would never see humanity the same way, and deep beneath Earth's surface many systems powered down. Others remained unlocked, just in case. The battle was over. Across human space, broken alien ships drifted in silence. Their weapons were dead. Their engines were useless. The stars shone calmly again, as if nothing had happened. But inside the Galactic Council, chaos ruled. Screens replayed the defeat again and again. Entire fleets disabled without fire. Empires humbled in minutes. Leaders who once laughed now sat in fear. Elder Karun stood alone at the center of the chamber. We made a terrible mistake, he said. No one argued. A new transmission arrived from Earth. This time it was not a warning. It was an explanation. The image showed a human historian, standing before an old symbol of Earth. Our people did not hide our strength to trick you, the human said. We hid it because we know what happens when it is used without control. The image changed. Ancient Earth appeared on the screen. Cities burned. Skies darkened with smoke. Oceans boiled. Human weapons scarred their own planet. We almost destroyed ourselves, the voice continued. Not once, many times. The council watched in silence. The images showed wars where entire nations vanished. Weapons that poisoned land for generations. Machines that could erase cities in seconds. These were our first lessons, the human said. Power without restraint ends everything. The scene shifted again. Earth rebuilding. Broken nations forming agreements. Weapons locked away. Systems sealed beneath mountains and oceans. We decided that survival meant control, the voice said. So when we reached the stars, we chose another path. Human explorers appeared, meeting alien species for the first time. They smiled. They traded. They limited their technology. We joined your galaxy pretending to be small, the human admitted. Not because we were weak, but because we were afraid. The council stirred uneasily. Afraid of what? Someone whispered. The answer came calmly. Afraid of becoming monsters. Elder Karun closed his eyes. The transmission continued. Every weapon you saw today was designed long before we met you. We promised ourselves they would never be used again. The screen showed massive locks disengaging, red warning symbols flashing. When your fleets crossed our borders, we evacuated our people, the human said. Not to run, but to protect them from what we were about to become. The council realized the truth. Humans did not fight to win. They fought to limit damage. The transmission ended. Silence followed. Finally, a younger council member spoke. They could have destroyed us. Yes, Karun replied, and they chose not to. Reports began to arrive. Human ships were repairing damaged alien vessels. Human drones were guiding powerless fleets out of dangerous orbits. Human doctors were treating wounded enemy crews. "They help us?" one leader asked in disbelief. Karun nodded. "Because they are done teaching." A final short message from Earth reached the galaxy. "We do not seek revenge. We seek understanding. Do not force us to unlock what should stay buried." Across the galaxy, empires changed. War councils disbanded. Expansion fleets were recalled. Borders became quieter. And for the first time in many cycles, peace was not enforced by fear alone, but by respect. Elder Karun recorded a message for the archives. "Humanity is not dangerous because it is strong," he said. "Humanity is dangerous because it knows what strength can do, and still chooses restraint." Far away on Earth, human leaders watched the stars, systems powered down, locks re-engaged. The weapons slept again, but humanity remembered, and the galaxy would never forget why Earth had warned them. The galaxy did not celebrate. There were no victory songs, no grand speeches, no banners raised in space. Instead, there was silence. Across dozens of star systems, alien fleets drifted without power. Their commanders waited for destruction that never came. Hours passed, then days. Nothing happened. Slowly, human ships returned. Not warships, but support vessels. They moved carefully, calmly, like workers cleaning after a storm. Human drones approached disabled alien ships, sending simple messages. "Do not resist. You will be escorted out of human space." Confusion spread through the alien crews. They expected punishment. They received mercy. Human engineers stabilized failing reactors. Navigation beacons guided the powerless fleets away from stars and debris. Medical teams treated the wounded, alien and human alike. One alien captain watched in disbelief as a human medic sealed a wound on his arm. "Why help us?" he asked. The human answered simply, "Because the lesson is over." Word spread quickly. Humanity was not conquering. Humanity was not hunting survivors. Humanity was removing threats. At the Galactic Council, emergency sessions ran without rest. Empires that once demanded war now begged for peace. Borders were redrawn. Expansion orders were cancelled. Generals were removed from power. Elder Karun stood before the council one final time. "This is not defeat," he said. "This is survival." Some protested. "We lost fleets." Karun replied, "You lost arrogance. That is cheaper." Then Earth spoke again. Not with fleets, with words. The message was sent to every known system. This conflict ends now. No reparations are demanded. No territory will be taken. But military forces will not approach our space again. Maps updated instantly. Human borders expanded, not through conquest but recognition. Around Earth, a wide neutral zone formed. No warships allowed, no weapons tests permitted. Smaller species felt something new, safety. Pirate groups vanished almost overnight. Slavers disbanded. Warlords found their supply lines cut, not by attack, but by quiet human interference. Trade routes stabilized. Worlds once crushed by empires began to recover. Humanity did not rule. It balanced. On one distant planet, a child watched human ships pass overhead. "They look scary," the child said. An elder replied, "They look careful." Back on Earth, leaders debated behind closed doors. Some wanted to push further, to end threats forever. Others remembered the old scars. "We stop here," one said, "or we become what we fear." The decision was unanimous. Human weapons were sealed again. But this time the galaxy knew they existed. Elder Karun recorded his final report. "Power did not save the galaxy," he said. "Choice did." Years passed. The memory of the battle became legend. New species learned the story early. Do not test humans. Do not mistake silence for weakness. If Earth warns you, listen. A final scene played across the stars. A massive alien warship, newly built, reached the edge of human space during a navigation error. Before panic could spread, a human patrol appeared. No weapons powered, no threats spoken, only a message. "You are off course. Turn back safely." The ship obeyed. The lesson was complete. Humanity returned to the quiet. But the galaxy had changed forever. Because once Earth stopped holding back, and everyone learned why that should never happen again, the galaxy grew quiet, not the silence of fear, but the silence that comes after understanding. Trade routes reopened. Borders held firm. War fleets stayed in their docks, untouched and unused. The stars no longer burned with constant conflict. Human space became something new, a line no one crossed. Years passed, and the story of Earth spread from system to system. It was told in different ways, shaped by fear, respect, and awe, but the ending was always the same. Humanity warned them. They did not listen. Humanity stopped holding back. Elder Karun lived long enough to see the change. He traveled to Earth as part of the first peaceful delegation sent by the Galactic Council. His ship was small, unarmed, allowed passage without escort. As Earth grew larger in the viewport, Karun felt something he had not felt in centuries. Relief. The planet was alive with light. Blue oceans, green land. No massive weapon platforms in orbit. No fleets waiting to strike. Strange, one of his aides said. For such power, they hide it well. Karun answered softly, that is the point. On the surface, human leaders welcomed them openly. No armor, no threats. Only quiet confidence. During the meeting, a young alien asked the question many feared to speak. Why not rule the galaxy? The alien asked. You could. A human leader paused before answering. Because ruling through fear never lasts, she said. And because we remember who we were before restraint. The galaxy listened. Humanity offered no empire. Instead, they offered stability. Human ships began appearing across neutral systems, not as conquerors but as guardians. They broke no laws. They enforced no rule. They simply ensured one thing. No one would ever try to dominate the stars again. Pirate activity fell to near zero. Wars ended before they began. Aggressors found their weapons useless, their fleets stalled, their ambitions quietly undone. No explosions, no speeches, just consequences. Children across the galaxy grew up hearing a new lesson. Power does not shout. Power does not rush. Power warns once. On Earth, humanity returned to its routines. Cities grew. Science advanced. Art flourished. Humans argued, dreamed, and explored, but always with a shadow of memory behind them. They remembered the day the locks opened. They remembered how easily they could destroy, and that memory kept them careful. Deep beneath mountains and oceans, ancient systems remained sealed. Some humans argued they should be dismantled forever. Others disagreed. Not as weapons, one said, as reminders. Elder Karun, now old even by his long-lived species standards, recorded the final historical archive of the event. His voice was steady. The galaxy did not survive because humans were the strongest, he said. It survived because they were the most restrained. He paused, then added, and because they warned us. The archive ended with a simple statement, passed into legend. Never mistake kindness for weakness. Never test a species that chooses restraint. And if Earth ever warns you, listen. Far out in space, a young civilization detected human signals for the first time. They prepared greetings. They prepared caution. Because the galaxy remembered, humanity returned to the quiet. Not forgotten, not feared, but respected. And the stars remained peaceful, because once long ago Earth stopped holding back and chose never to do it again.